Everybody has a third eye, but they don't develop it. See, everybody has got muscles. To develop these muscles, we need gym. Then you have a 5-pack body, a 10-pack body. Similarly, everybody has a third eye. Clairvoyance, clairaudience, telepathy, all these things are there. ESP, extrasensory perception, we are all there. But we have to activate it through meditation. Unless you practice meditation, you can't activate your third eye and open your third eye. A Yogeshwara is a person who has got perfect third eye to incarnations of meditation practice. That's why he said, Bahun me vyatitani janmani tavacharjuna tanyaham veda sarvani natvam veda parantapa. Hey Arjun, you and I were born several times. I know all about my lifetimes and your lifetimes also. How does he know? Through third eye. Third eye is the instrument with which you see all your past lives, all the other dimensions. We have to activate the third eye. Through constant meditation, you activate your third eye. It is very easy for ladies to develop third eye because ladies are naturally near to energy. Compared to ladies, it is a little difficult for gents. And rural people, it is very easy compared to urban people. Children, it is very easy compared to older people. Uneducated people, very easy compared to educated people. But nothing is impossible. With determination, everybody can do that. Anybody can climb Mount Everest. Lot of determination is required. Opening your third eye is like climbing Mount Everest. So many people have climbed to Mount Everest. So many people have got into their third eyes. Read the book Third Eye by Lobsang Rampa. It is the third eye of Lobsang Rampa which changed me. That is the goal. Final goal of meditation is to activate our third eye. That is the ultimate goal anybody can have, is to activate one's own third eye. The third eye is there as a capacity, as a potential, but with lot of energy, lot of commitment, over a number of lifetimes, our third eye gets opened.
Happy morning, dear friends and masters. Wonderful afternoon and evening. When we meditate, for everybody, as our mind is becoming empty, a special chemical called melatonin gets produced in the brain. And so this melatonin is found to be produced during empty states. And so then it is also gets produced during sleep state too, as in meditation. Is helping, and it seems to be doing something with the pineal gland. The pineal gland is in the middle of the brain. Somewhere, if you draw a line at these 2 points, and another line at these 2 points, and these lines go and intersect, pretty much same level, right? And the pineal gland, imagine is somewhere in the middle of the brain, the lines where these lines and these lines intersect, midbrain, which is also in the second brain, the limbic brain, the subconscious brain, the instinct brain, feelings brain. And this melatonin chemical seems to have an effect to go and then rub the crystals around this pineal gland to make this into a special antenna. the pineal gland into a special antenna, which will then start receiving signal information. There is a full chapter dedicated for this in Dr. Joe Dispenza's book called Becoming Supernatural, on what may be happening when we meditate. And what is this understanding of this gland opening up, and how do we receive all of this information, that messages, things that we are receiving suddenly, and where is it coming from? And then there may be an explanation scientifically that Patriji was referring to as third eye, that we activate, that we receive information about our past, our future, our present situations, circumstances. The communication mechanism, of course, is always energy and little more information to explain to a biological process of what is happening. So we receive that energy into our brain, into our field that we are now able to recognize. He refers to certain papers that talk about piezoelectric effect, which is causing the pineal gland, due to various composition of things that are happening around, that opens up, and as a result becomes an antenna. And becomes an antenna, then it's receiving information. Now, it's receiving what information? Everything that is necessary for us to take the next step, or everything that is matching the intents that we are placing all the time. The quantum field, the quantum physics perspective, it's all your thoughts are observation, manifest possibilities. So it seems to match the intent that we place of keep observing about different things at different times of the day. And so there is always a match against that observations to receive in the reverse chronological order of what is necessary for something that we're looking to have to happen, whatever is necessary. Then maybe start coming through there by bringing that information. So if you say, I need to grow my business, then you may get a contact that you're not even aware, who perhaps is the best contact for that person, for you, and anybody else to be involved to have the best experience and learning through that. When our Master Hari from Chennai wanted to further his interest in music, now he says suddenly he got connected to an Hindustani vocalist, while he is a Carnatic vocalist, and that too very popular one of those. He got connected in spite of having zero connections with him. All he knows is that he wants to further his music practice significantly, and so then he gets connected like this out of nowhere, that he never dreamt of, that he actually go and then learn of this master, but it happens. It happens in a way that we don't expect, but then this information comes, and so all of it is related to our intents that we place. But third eye is potentially is that thing which is getting active and which is receiving information all the time. And everything is a practice, and we have to empty ourselves fully. So that comment about educated, non-educated, the more we are educated, the more analysis we are doing, the less we are ready to accept, the less we are ready to surrender, the less we are ready to believe, unless we really put in our hands around it and touch and feel and say this and that. So the more we can easily drop our analytical mind, recognizing that there is infinity to experience here, there is infinity of intelligence out there. that I don't understand enough of it, that let me just explore and experiment the process. And then it has a different progress for each one of us in meditation. We have a different level of progress. That it is an experimentation. So I will just completely shut off, but then that's the intent with which we go in. Feeling that it's safe, secure, nothing is going to happen. I'm fully going in. It might sound stupid, it might look dumb. And we have to let go of a lot of that body consciousness and then open up to go into the practice as if we are a child who has zero knowledge of material knowledge. And so then they don't have any hang-ups in asking questions and taking it. But can we be that? But then that is a different aspect. But technically, the third eye, to open to understand ourselves more, is happening. It will develop fully enough over a period, if we practice like anything, to receive something more concrete, something more solid. To essentially, we get initially jumbled up experiences, so we're not able to decipher many of those things. But when somebody has gotten very brilliantly open third eye, then they're able to receive things that are very, very clear. The stories, the messages, everything is very, very clear to them. They will understand it. For example, people typically seeing past lives using a process called past life regression can also be received through meditative experiences where you're seeing glimpses of present life's future or future life or a past life. It's possible through meditation. Many people who see random messages and images are all potential of a past life image. Potential. Now, an analytical mind says, what are you talking about, a past life? And then it cannot be that. And so it just this removes everything like that. It cannot believe it. Can't believe it. It may be just some random occurrence that came to my mind. I believe it. But if you take that as a potential aspect and then document it further on it, then you end up start having more things to see. So coming back to this week, purpose of life is a very important concept to understand. In an orchestra, everybody has a role to play. Then the orchestra is beautiful. The song that comes out of the orchestra is amazingly, it sounds so great. When everybody plays their role, everybody has a place and everybody knows exactly what to do, when to do, what not to do, when not to do that thing. In a football game, everybody has a role to play. When they all play their positions well, then we at least can think of giving the best together to have the best experience of winning or whatever that is, but then we have the best experience possible, and everybody plays the positions very well, and understand and plays the position very well. It's the same, we know it. In our companies, when we are taking different positions, we all can do different things. It's easy when the difference in what I am supposed to do is so clearly known, it is easy. But it gets blurry when we all are having the similar capabilities, but we still take positions. Typically, it happens among founders, among senior management, where they all seem to pretty much know everything. And so But then we still have to play our own positions pretty well. And so then the company coherently executes it harmoniously without having the conflicts. The coherency is about all parts coming together beautifully operating. Coherency. Our body cells coherently operate when there is no interference into them through our own thought, and so they coherently operate. Then how many of them? Trillions of them, where billions of the cells are operating. So it's all about knowing what my role is. A skin cell cannot produce a liver cell. Skin cell must look to produce a skin cell, duplicate itself, and the liver cell should do the liver cell job. And then only there is a stem cell which goes and supports where it is necessary to transform itself into a skin or liver cell depending on the need. Everything has a role. So you have the stem cells and the all-rounders, the skin cells and the liver cells as specialists. So there is various roles, but we must play our role really well. So if each of these have roles, and the little office, the company thinking that we are doing is got a role to play, where we, in our orchestra, when you're playing as a role, and everywhere we have roles to play, then would we not have a role to play? You and me and all of us have individual entities coming in. There's got to be a role to play at any given time. And that role to play is the purpose for which we are there. In that orchestra and the football team and the company, there's got to be a purpose of why we are there. And then the purpose or our role in a company, in every place, is changing from time to time. So first we have a role to play, like in that orchestra. And then the role is potentially is changing from time to time of what I do for the company, what I do to my team. I'm a role of 2 down batsman. Sometimes I'm a role of 5 down batsman. My role is changing, but it is there. So there is a purpose, and that purpose from time to time changes. And if I do my role very well, then there is coherency. Everybody says, wow, this is good. He really supported it. And he was there, right there, doing what he's expected to do. Not doing what he likes to do only, but what is also not doing what he likes to do, but then fulfilling his role very well. And if you place somebody in a role that they don't like, then there is a problem. If we place somebody in a role where they don't like, where they cannot fulfill to their strengths. If I take an engineer, and a lot of times it happens, a problem. Your best engineer, you take them and then you put them in front of the customer. You're not recognizing that the person may not even have the talent and ability to speak very well. There's a problem. He does not like, then the client does not understand. And the management is unhappy that he's not doing what they expected him to do. And so there is a problem, there is a disharmony out there. When we place people or when we are doing in a role which you don't like or you feel is not there for you to be expressing the talent, that you don't have the right talent to do it. So there is a role to play, there is a purpose for each of us, and that purpose is changing from time to time. And the purpose is best executed and often is related to the talent that we possess. And all of these roles that we're playing perfectly is about bringing coherency and harmony. And that means it must be helping and bringing that order among all of us to have a peaceful coexisting life. In a company, it's got a great experience when all founders play the roles very well. Our senior management plays the roles very well. If they keep stepping into each other, nobody likes. And then there the arguments start, the politics start, it percolates everybody below. So everybody's presence there is sense of insecurity for all the junior employees. Just like how parents fight, then the children are totally insecure, feel lack of protection. They try to come and mediate, not knowing what may happen to them. So if the role play is all about bringing harmony, Means it's helping everybody in the process so that collectively we grow. So the purpose is about identifying what my role is, give them time, and then playing our positions really well in a way that brings harmony to everybody, in a way that helps everybody. Let's explore this concept a little more after meditation. Relax yourself, practicing Anapanasati and breath mindfulness meditation. Our goal is to empty the mind and be in the state of emptiness for as long as we can. And how do we empty our mind? With our eyes closed, remove the specs. If you are wearing spectacles, remove it. Close your eyes, fingers into fingers. As you see in the picture, fingers into fingers, hands in your lap, and cross your feet at ankle on the chair. Cross your feet at ankle and observe your breath anywhere on the nose. Take a reference point and observe your breath at that point. And then slowly mind becomes empty. The object to focus or to observe in any meditation is there. For us, the object is the breath, which that we easily forget that we got the breath. The goal is to hold on to the breath initially as a way to slowly, as a way to move away from our thought. When you place your attention, the place your energy, so manually it improves, it gains its strength. So we move our attention away from the thought into the breath, and so our thoughts come down. So observe the breath, mind is getting empty, and then be in the state of emptiness. In case we have thought, attention back to the breath again, and again observe, go to the empty state and be there. And it's called breath mindfulness meditation for anyone new out there. Of course, on the far end of the program, I'm still joining, wonderful. So you can go back to our programs day 1, day 2 to know more about it. And before we do this Anapanasati, breath mindfulness meditation, we're doing heart elevation process. Just follow my guidance. Relax yourself. Sit comfortably, dear friends. Relax your body. With your eyes closed. Relax yourself from head to toe. Dear friends, dear masters, with your eyes closed, legs removed, keep your hands on your chest area with your attention on your sacred heart. Can you feel your beautiful heart? Feel the seed of all emotions. Feel the beat, the rhythm of your heart center, which is nurturing all life with this energies of love, joy, gratitude. Feel it, dear friends. Can you recollect an experience from your life of love, of joy? Relive that moment and feel that energy inside your beautiful heart. And allow yourself to direct that energy onto every corner of this planet Earth. Where you place your attention, there you place your energy. Allow yourself to radiate this energy all around this planet to heal yourself, to heal all things and everybody. The more we experience love, joy, gratitude, the more we become coherent with all things and everybody. Feel it. And slowly, let's go into breath mindfulness meditation with your fingers into fingers, hands rested comfortably in your lap, eyes closed. Observe your normal, natural in-breath and the out-breath, dear friends. We are going into powerful group meditation. Our goal is to empty the mind. When we observe our breath, the mind becomes empty. As the mind is becoming empty, we channelize all that energy into the generous present moment. We allow our body to function at its natural pace. We gain greater clarity. Be with your breath. Allow yourself to merge into your breath and allow yourself to experience the emptiness inside of you, all around you. We are less matter, more emptiness and energy. become aware of the emptiness. Where there's no body, where there's no thing, no one. That's energy. All emptiness is energy. The infinite possibility quantum field of energy that everything that you will ever experience is here in this field of energy as a possibility. The longer you stay aware of this energy, that emptiness, the more you allow yourself to receive. Allow yourself to stay connected to that emptiness, that energy. This is the field of unlimited. The longer you stay aware of it, the more lighter you become, the more freedom you experience. Become aware of that emptiness of yourself. Your divine self, that intelligence, connecting, powering, that consciousness. We are all deeply interconnected with each other as specks of energy. In this field, in this emptiness, that void. the longer you experience this emptiness, the more you realize your wholeness. Merge into it, away from your body, away from your life. Friends, express gratitude to all things and everybody, to your parents, your teachers, your mentors, to your family, your friends, your colleagues, relatives, everybody, to the grand nature, to everything you use, the technology, the system, the companies, the governments, to yourself, and to this intelligent universe. gratitude is the ultimate state of receivership. Relax your body. Feel your body and let your autonomous nervous system repair your body. Recollect your experience from the session, and whenever you're ready, you keep your hands on your eyes for 5 seconds, and then you may open your eyes. Okay, friends. Hope you enjoy the session. Purpose of life. Many a times, particularly this group, many in this group, having achieved a lot of things, having experienced a lot of things, there always seems to be at crossroads wanting to know what next. Because we are not aligned at that point still into a purpose. We might have been aligning, going out of purpose. But we have these questions: what next? Where is this all going? If we say, where is this all going? Where am I going? Then clearly we need to understand this concept of purpose. That what am I supposed to do next that gives me happiness? Purpose is about aligning to that thing that gives us deep happiness. That makes our time spent meaningful, that we feel that we are spending meaningful time, we are having a meaningful experience to our life. Many times we are doing our job, you know it. You know you're just going there and coming back. Always having these questions, what am I doing here? Sitting in this corner of Abu Dhabi, am I doing the right thing? How long am I going to do this here? My whole system is there somewhere, and then every time I look into those warriors of the cause, that I get inspired. But here I'm sitting and am I doing the right thing for myself? These questions keep coming. But our meditation is helping to give answers to these questions and then giving strength to align to the answers that we get. So let's understand this a little bit as what is that purpose? And when we are getting these questions, we must look into it a little more deeply, because what we dwell upon is what we become. What we dwell upon is what we become and what we bring into our life. So it's a good thing to have when we have these questions. That's why Ramanagar always said, ask those larger questions of life. Who am I? Where am I going? When you ask those questions, then automatically you are getting revealed of something more about your whole life than to that specific event or incident. What we explore is what we experience, simple. Because that's the quantum model, that's the thoughts create reality. Yadbhavam sadbhavati. So Dalai Lama is. So different people have some different things. Dalai Lama is saying, the more we care for the happiness of others, the greater is our own sense of well-being. The purpose of life is to be happy. And so then he's saying, ultimately, the more we care for others, the more happiness we gain for ourselves. Deepak Chopra, he is also saying the same, but he's adding that you have unique abilities. You have an ability, even you have unique talent. So when you combine your unique talent with service to humanity, then you're living your purpose. Well, the service to humanity, if you make it as a big word, heavy word is a problem, but you say it's helping others, simple. Helping others. It could be living your dharma to help your family beautifully. That could be that too. It could be your dharma is to live and help your children. You know, when we have to give our time with children, we must give our time with children. A mother, when a newborn is there, a toddler is there, must give undivided attention. It goes without saying. And if you want to experience motherhood, we have to be with the child, not running in a career somewhere. Sorry, but that's the way it is. That unconditional love, that protection, that safety, the purpose of dharma is to give that our unique talent, our unique ability at that point to the people around. So it's need not necessarily be always, serving the whole big community. It can be the way first serve ourselves and serve people around us, and then larger and larger groups. Patriji is make it even simpler. He said, learn and enjoy. And do service, which is going to eventually lead towards greater enjoyment, greater happiness. But the core of his philosophy and the core spiritual sense philosophy is to constantly learn, and constantly learning leads towards enjoyment. Is there more happiness, because learning is precursor to the experience. So learning will bring new experience because you're putting your attention on learning new, and then so that slowly has to bring to new experience. So learn and enjoy. The two things are there. Don't learn for the sake of learning. It must lead towards enjoyment. That means you're happy about doing what you're doing. Einstein, if you look at many of these philosophers, they're all philosophers, they're scientists. So never stop questioning, inquisitiveness. Questioning is about learning. So purpose of life is based on this. The spiritual science view of it, if you see it, is to learn and enjoy because we are here to experience. In that learning and enjoyment, naturally we are moving towards higher and higher experience of pleasure, higher and higher experiences. And so eventually it's going to go there to help others with automatically. But the key is to be happy every moment. To be happy, we're constantly questioning, we're constantly inquiring, we're constantly learning. To be happy, to experience new is to be happy. Experience new. When you experience new, then you are fundamentally, remember that you feel so good. If you do the same thing again and again, it's boring. You know it. We lose interest in food if every day the same thing is kept. Right? You predict it. It becomes predictable. If you cook the same way every day, then it becomes so predictable. Answer is boring. Anything that is predictable is boring. That's called comfort zone. And so then we say these words, hey, what's going on? Hey, nothing here. Same thing is there. Same life is going, same thing. Every time we use the word same thing, that means you're not even looking at inviting something new into life. We're not even looking at what is new in that day that is happening to us. Just by inquiry, then there is something that you'll find out of it. Maybe to that day you found a new plant, a new insect in your garden. Maybe the leaves turned into a different color that you didn't even see. Now it has a different look. Learning without enjoyment is painful and boring. You know, my family has got, everybody's a multiple post-graduation degrees. So let me also do one more. They don't even know why they do it. Because, you know, this person has got a doctorate, this person has got medical science plus MBA, another person has something more in public administration, double MBA. And so I'm also doing it. My family are all educated, so I'm also doing it, that's all. There's no goal whatsoever, I just do it. They're doing it, I'm doing it. Simple. Are we really enjoying the process? Enjoyment without learning is stagnation and boring. That's being in the comfort zone, doing the same thing again and again and again. Very soon, when you cook that brinjal curry 10 times and you eat 10 days, then you're done. It's boring. You no longer even want to do this. People are feeling miserable that it's just the same food you serve every day. Why? Kitchen is the greatest creative corner in the home. I've looked at it from that perspective. The least expensive to experiment, yet it can produce tremendous amount of experience that we remember forever. Go back and listen in to look at, recollect, what is that special dish that you created during lockdown that you perhaps even remember now too, the new dish that you experimented, you remember now too. When anything new we do, dear friend, then we remember it. We are happy about it. The experience is there deeply. So there's got to be learning, there's got to be enjoyment, which means aligning to what we really like to do. So what do I do? How do I decipher this? And three ways. There's really one way, and this is listening to your heart, responding to your feelings. you're in this job, but deep inside, you know that you're not happy. Every day you go in there, you're spending your time, but you're not necessarily there happily. You're just doing because you have to do it. But you are looking forward for something else when you complete the job and then go. You're looking forward to something else. Now that is where your purpose is. That's where you want to experience most. Fine. But if you have nothing to look forward to go home, or you have nothing to look forward to come to office, then completely misaligned to what really gives you happiness. Look at changing a role, look at changing a company, look at changing to a new project, a new skill, new talent. Look at changing from a salesperson to an engineering to. Now, purpose is not necessarily what we do as a job, while it has a lot of role to play because we spend a significant amount of time at work in a given day. So it has a role to play in your purpose to be happy, but sometimes for some people need not be the job at all. The job may be only to earn, while your real purpose is to actually go in the everyday evening and work for the nonprofit. Go every day in the evening and work on inventing the discoveries about growing plants better, whatever that you are doing. Work on your music and then be with your band 5 times a week. Work on that photography where all these people that I consider who are deeply into passionate about nature, they're the messengers of nature. They're bringing the best of the nature to us. Those who go in and passionately live the purpose of sitting whole night, just not moving to just catch the glimpse of that animal, that bird. They're messengers of nature. They're there with us, and then they deeply spend the time with nature and then bring the best of it so that we get inspired to go back into nature. We come from there. We have to go back and merge into the nature. We are the messengers who are living their purpose. So purpose is revealed how, what is important for you. Your deep interest is there through your feelings, listening to heart. Always jumping in and doing something is a second way of understanding it. When you don't know, when you're not clear, jump in and do something. Understand your parents' purpose. That can give you clues. To align, to validate what they've done, what their life stood for the whole lifetime. If you take extract something out of it and then combine it. For example, you want to start your business, but you don't have the strength because you are very comfortable in this job because there is enough of scale that has been given anyway. Hey, job is comfortable, you get your cushy, nice salary, and you're in this big company. But deep inside, you feel you're not adding value. You go into this company, big company, there are 100 people to do the same thing in different ways. And some way you feel your value is different. You can actually make a huge difference than what you're doing. The huge difference can be to take the plunge into a startup where you get a bigger ownership and freedom or to do your own thing. So you are listening to your heart, you are trying to understand, you need to gain the strength. Look at your parents' purpose. What have they done? How happy they were and not happy they were. And what were the clues they're telling all the time? What were they imagining for you? Did they live? And if not, then what are they imagining for you? They may be giving you the clues about your purpose. In my case, I was definitely enjoying my job. I was enjoying my job definitely in the beginning years of my career. But somewhere, and when I look into it, after coming to meditation, when I start looking into it, somewhere the interest towards contribution and the interest towards making a difference started growing quite a bit. Why was I enjoying the job in the first 10 years in a bigger company called Sequent Computers, Wipro and Sequent Computers? But somewhere that interest towards doing more came in. And I look into it, and so my family, my dad was, while he was doing agriculture, he was doing all into trying different businesses. And it became natural to me to jump in because he was doing it. He was doing it, and it became natural to me. I said, okay, let me go into it. As I'm going along, now over a period of time, this thing started dramatically shifting. And then when I again look back, that shifting to do service, help. Fundamentally, okay, you're taking care of yourself, you know it. You can only serve, help others, and you take care of yourself. That is given, that has to be there. So somewhere you are happy with yourself, then you start looking at what else can I do? And I aligned back to my parents. And then the only thing my dad, all that is done, is that he was in the village, he was a vice president, he was always a mediator, he was helping people in some resolving the conflicts or this or that. He worked for the schools, village school, worked for a road, taking an initiative, doing things. So he was doing it. So that his purpose sort of gives you clues of, okay, so when you feel that resonance towards service, you feel to see, yes, there is something they've always done, that I'm possessing, that I'm the right path. What parents have done, so potentially can give you clues of what you need to do to help you get over that comfort zone thing, that we are stuck into a comfort zone to not be able to make a decision. Deep inside, you're not happy necessarily. You want to do something, don't have the courage, but it's going to help. So listening to your heart, your friends, is one of the key things in purpose. Listening to your heart. What does it mean? In our meditation, and the meditation is slowly and surely is helping to make our feelings stronger and stronger. Our intuition develops, our feelings become stronger and stronger in what we do. If we're doing things that we don't like, it's making it stronger. That's what it is about. We are paying close attention. A mind is empty, and for a long term meditation, gradually the mind is staying in an empty state. So you're receiving this information. So you're paying more present to your attention to your sensitive to your body. So you feel present to your feelings. And you say you got to start a business, and your feelings are suddenly going to tell you the first instant that it is not giving a good feeling. Maybe you got to wait for some more time. It's not necessarily about not doing it. Maybe you should wait. If the word business thing comes and the feeling is a one of fear, think about it. Pay close attention to it. The market, the reports, the friends are telling this is now. This is now is the time. You must go into the market, jump in, do it. Okay, but your feeling deep inside is one of fear, one of not excitement, and so then you wait for it. But on the contrary, when you think of it, your feeling is one of great expansion. While you are in this very comfortable job, but then somewhere deep inside it's building up. And so then it is a great way to look at it, listen to it. We're always receiving messages. When you pose the question, what is the right thing for me? To change, to start, to whatever that you want to do, to the right thing. When you are listening in the morning, when you wake up, going to the bathroom, the morning time is a great time where you are in the receiving mode, highly receiving mode, because an empty state of mind, you're receiving mode, right? So those of us get signals in the meditation. Those of us, as you are working wakeful time, you also get signals of what you should do for the next few weeks, months. That purpose is changing from time to time. It's like that. What you should do. My current period at Buddha's Quantum Foundation, I have enough clarity that I must do more writing. I must put my energies towards writing. While it was intensely desires for me to earlier to define courses to teach, and then it continues to be there, but then now it is about writing. So I'm orienting myself towards writing because this is something that I have recently, in about an year ago, in a regression session, something that's been there and something that has become more stronger and stronger that came through a regression session as the purpose of life is to write. When I was going into IBM for my acquisition, I told the story that for over a period of 2 to 3 weeks, I was slowly getting information downloaded about what I should do as I go into IBM. Of course, as a job role, your function as a company is getting acquired is to integrate your company. That's a job role. You got to do it. But my intention actually was to exit the company as soon as possible. That's how I was approaching the whole acquisition. As a founder, you have some flexibility to negotiate. And so I was doing as a founder, CEO, you have flexibility. But in the negotiation time, my initial approach was that I must leave as soon as possible because see, by then I already was my own boss for 12 years, 15 years, I don't remember. And I said, okay, will I be lasting in this large company for some time? So maybe 6 months later, 9 months later, I should exit. So that's how I was intending to negotiate. But something beautiful happened. Since I always had this interest towards going into the corporates with meditation wisdom that Patriji has always wished to also see everybody gets it. So that was there back in my mind. So my goal was to come out and then do some corporate work for meditation, this and that, potentially. But then this messages came as you are, and I was driving from place to place, and the messages start downloading. Suddenly things start coming. Chandra, why do you want to leave IBM? This is a company that is remarkably there for more than 100 years, and first IT company in the world, and is known, respectable from values. So is it a great place to not talk about pursue your dream? So this is a sudden flash of things that start coming. I'm not looking at that angle at all. And so that pursuit, that idea came in. And then next day I was driving, then it starts getting further, it started getting developed some more. Okay, so why not? There's a big company, 4 lakh plus people. There is so much management will be there. So why not to hang in there? Why not to introduce the meditation that we thought you'll actually do? So in the next 2-3 weeks, I contemplated on it because it's not a decision that you just take overnight of what you're going to do next. I contemplated on it, and then it became more and more stronger. And every time that I thought about that very idea, I became more lighter. In fact, it helped me to do justice my other role of integrating into IBM. It helped me with it, and I'm thinking about doing the work that I'm interested. It became easy for me to stay longer because it does take a software company to integrate into another one sometime. The technology has to integrate. So that's how a purpose, when you are doing your wakeful things, but when you are paying attention, the messages come to you. So it got strengthened, the desire to stay, hang in there, be there, and then do the work I wanted. So the negotiation time was about 2 months time. And then I did talk about it in my negotiation with the people and said, hey, if you allow me to teach meditation, spread meditation IBM, I'll be happy to stay longer because we're talking about, hey, you stay for 4 years, I stay for no, I'm only staying for 1 year. There is some negotiation process going, right? And so it helped me to stay in there because I was clear. And so it is easy to accept and easy to come to a conclusion. And I was clear about what I need to do next. So the negotiation beautifully happened, easy for me and easy for the other side, IBM side, and settle for something in between, right? Something that I felt is good enough. So then the beauty is that when I was there in IBM, then I was happily being able to bring this thing called mindfulness meditation quite significantly to people there. We designed this a version, an early version of the 6-week course. Then with Lawrence became a partner, and then together we went around. I remember in whatever, I don't remember, 1 year in all sales conferences, we went around in different places. She was doing some, I was doing some, in talking about meditation, starting the kicking off the sales conference with meditation in Singapore, and Europe, in London, different places in India, of course. So it's all happened. The point is that when you are aligning by listening to your heart, and it is possible. So one is that that you listen to your heart, and meditation increases strength. The second thing, dear friends, when we're not clear about it, then do something. That's all. Just because I don't know what to do, don't be in a paralysis. I have 10 things to do. I've got to do business. I've got to take a break. I've got to develop this technology. I've got to learn my music. And there are many, many things that I have to start my non-profit. I don't know what to do. Too many things are there. And so I don't do anything. Do something. Take up something. Because in doing something, then we develop. In doing something, we develop, basically it's called do something to eliminate, doing by elimination. When you're not clear yet, our meditation is not giving you adequate feeling to know, and when you're not clear. Of course, by having a mentor will help you, because the mentors are always identifying your strengths, your talent. And so they know your talents, they can understand it. And so if you have a spiritual mentor, you're great. So looking at your talent, they can help you to sort of decide. But then if you're not one of one that you want to do by yourself, do something, start one of it. And this concept of going into the flow is there. You're going to be done shortly. It was taking time. So do something, don't waste time. Always be in the state that there is time eternal is there. Don't worry about the market going away, disappearing from you. If you want a business, and you say, hey, I'm getting late and late, there's not something called late. There's always newer opportunities if you want to start something. Newer opportunities always exist, dear friends, anytime. The market, if not this one, something else is there. If you have the conviction that you're going to figure it out, entrepreneurs figure it out. Never they brought the first version ever to the market in rare cases. They always, the 2.0 is successful. They come with 1.0, but by the time they actually what clicks is 2.0, it's okay, you figure it out. Now, this market's another market. You have the intention to make a difference is all it cares. If it is about job, if it is about a new venture, it's about new thing. So do something, jump in and do. Your intention is important. Right? Then you have the strength from meditation to do that. But how do we do? By doing out of comfort zone. Then going into the flow has 3 components to it. So we are saying, take up something that you really wanted to do, but you don't have the strength, courage. You're doing this job, and you can't suddenly leave your job because there's some family to depend on it. But you have to take time to do that. So do by 3 things. First, take up a small task out of it. It's called going into the flow. Very important to determine whether you like something or not. When you're embarking on something bigger, and then start with a small part of it, and then do all by yourself. First, you have to take a small goal out of it. A small goal. You want to practice music in a big way. You want to go into it as a big way, to set up a band. You dreamt about it, a band for yourself, and then you want to go and do performances, and potentially that is your career, new. But to do that, don't be in a hurry to just resign the job unless you have clarity. Instead, pick up 1 song, 2 songs, and learn it all by yourself. Take a small task, a clear task that you can measure for yourself. Learn it. Do everything that is required to learn. Go into the details. It's called going into the detail. Right? And go beyond the comfort zone. That means not taking leave and doing it. Do it when you feel, by removing things that are a little bit unwanted, because that will tell you whether you're passionate about it or not. You still want your TV, you still want your serial in the evening, and say, then I will do it afterwards. Not enough passion. You finish your work, sometimes you take that extra step and then compress your work a little longer, finish your work so that you have the whole weekend for yourself. Don't spread your work in the weekend, but go out of the comfort zone and then work for it. That new thing you want to do. Now, if you're passionate, your friends about it, then that comfort zone, you're happy to take it out, and then you're happy to do that extra hours for it. It is going to determine how passionate you are. And if you're passionate, and then you're going to the detail, you're doing it by yourself, not negating, and so then also you know whether you enjoy. Because purpose, whatever you do, you love it. You love to do your slides. You're not immediately giving to somebody. You have to search in Google for images, put it up. Do your own presentation. You're not giving it to a graphic designer because you got money. You do it by yourself, everything. I search for my music all the time. I do it. I love what I'm doing. I spend sometimes hours and hours searching for music track and then going through a 3-hour track to find a starting point and ending point. Because I love it. I love what I do. I can easily give to my editors to say, give me something, but I know what I'm doing. And so to go into the flow is the way to your friends to lock in on something that you may really enjoy. Take up a small task. If you want to do a non-profit, you don't have to quit your job. Identify a non-profit in that area and then go there out of the comfort zone. Saturday, dedicate for it. I don't have time, I can't do it. Then you don't have interest in that non-profit, or you don't have interest in doing it. In the comfort zone, break free, come and then go and then spend the time with the non-profit and then take up something for them, however small or big. Don't think that I'm this big president and I've got so many things. How can I go and carry a board in a vegetarian rally? Doing a vegetarian rally, carry a board and see if you respond to the cause beautifully, if that's what you want to do for the animals. Right. So when you do these three things, dear friends, out of comfort zone, going into the detail with a specific, clear, measurable task, and then if you love it, then you are into the timeless state. And so then potentially locked in on something that you want to go on and do. You're going to be experiencing and you want to feel meaningful towards that thing that you're doing. The time you spend is meaningful for you at that moment. Right. This is one way of doing it, is to understand the purpose. Right. Important for us. And then if when we're not clear, taking up a task that we feel that maybe, out of many ideas that you have, many things that you want to start, take up something. All right. Thank you very much for joining. This is completing our 5th week. Of course, tomorrow we'll have some of our business leaders coming in and sharing their experiences. Things that made them successful, and then how meditation, if they've started on the journey, is potentially helping them, or how they're formulating a new idea of how meditation can help. It is okay. Everything starts with an understanding, right? And so we're going to learn that from a few leaders tomorrow and end this week with a longer meditation on Sunday. I'm enjoying my time here in Abu Dhabi. We're going to bring some of the masters into our sessions as we speak. It's at 4:30, so I'm not disturbing them to wake up along with me. So I wake up and they're nicely sleeping, or maybe they're joining sessions to some of them. We'll listen to them. So thank you very much. And I know it's quite late. Nantha, do you have some announcement to make?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. First of all, thank you so very much for the wonderful session, sir. Yes, we develop intellect through meditation. We realize what is right for us. And certainly with the purpose, clarity in mind, we can enhance the quality of our life. Yes, I have an announcement, and for those who have applied for the certified program, we will be sending quiz 4 via emails. So please check your emails and attempt the quiz and submit it at the earliest. Thank you.
And today, okay, surprise me. So today, 21st of every month, we're doing this Million Meditator Moment X Meditation event.
Yes, sir.
And this event, yes, madam, go ahead.
Yes, sir. Yes, today, every 21st, first of all, my apologies for skipping that announcement, that very, very important announcement. Yes, we always do gather to meditate on every 21st, every month, 21st date of every month, and group meditation is certainly very, very powerful. We can certainly enhance the consciousness of our planet. So I request and encourage each one of you to kindly spread the word around and encourage your family, friends, and nears ones also to join in and be part of this group meditation.
So this is a group meditation too, Namita madam. What we're doing in the morning is group meditation. What is the difference that we're going to do on 21st? What is different?
Certainly, sir, it will be much more stronger and we
I
are
want to put you on
looking for.
spot. I don't want to put you on spot. Okay, so friends, the 21st of the month, what we are doing is we are doing a visualization with group intents for resolving conflicts, for helping people find peace for the cause of the environment. So the meditation is typically about 35 minutes of meditation we're doing. In that we do Anapanasati, and then towards the end, about 15 minutes of visualization, performing group intents for the cause of the planet, for the cause of the people where they got stuck in war zones or or crime rates, many of these. Okay, so we're doing this event, and there is enough evidence and research that when you do these group meditations on group intents and collective group intents, has got a beautiful effect. It's called Maharshi effect, and many people have done this. And so do join. And if you always wanted somebody's life to be enhanced, as a social worker, and if you wanted it, this is a great opportunity, an efficient opportunity, an opportunity where you are utilizing your energy, creating an energy field, a newer outcome for people around. And so do join this and spread anybody who's interested to contribute to the welfare of others, as well. This is a meditation, we're doing it. All right, friends? With group visualization, group intents is what we're doing. Namita madam, please join today evening for this event that we're doing.
Sure.
All right, friends, it will be held by, I'll be there. It's very dear to me. Of course, I'll be there. And Lawrence, co-founder, is there. She's big on these causes. And then she's going to be there today in conducting the session, but we'll all participate. Thank you very much. And it's a short meditation. And the event starts at 5:30 p.m. India time and then goes till 6:30, 6:40. Right, within an hour we get over by doing that collective coming together. Thank you all. Have a wonderful day.
You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. Tu es l'image de Dieu. I hold you in my heart. Tu es l'image de l'amour. You are a part of me. You are the face of God.
Okay. Mr. Shivakumar. Would you like to say something? Would like to say something about purpose? For a few minutes, maybe 5 minutes more. Sir, we can't hear you if you are going to speak.
Hello.
Yeah.
Sir. Hello.
Yes, you can speak.
Sir, namaste. Namaste, sir.
Namaste.
Sir, I started meditation once Patriji visited Harrier. This is near Ramanagar. So that day onwards, I started meditating. Then after some time, I could not able to meditate. Then there was a huge gap. From last 1 month, I am meditating. So I got this opportunity to meditate. Now I can able to sit half an hour to 45 minutes. So that is a really amazing experience, wonderful experience. And so when I even during daytime, when I start this meditation, so I started I concentrate this breathing, no, sir. Hello.
Yes, sir, go ahead.
Sir, I start. So I just remembering that breathing and breathe out. So some sort of vibration in my brain. Few minutes. So is it? I could not able to this one, sir. Understand. So why it is happening?
Yes, sir. You are part of any WhatsApp groups?
Yes, sir.
Yes, well, I'll explain, but please do talk to the facilitator in detail.
Yes.
Because you spend
Right,
a lot
sir.
of time, you spend
Right.
35 days. It's so important. I mean, because you spend enough time to get to clarity of all of these nuances of meditation experiences is important for you to interpret and then go forward. It does happen, that vibration is the first thing that is happening when we are meditating. When we're emptying ourselves, we're experiencing the energy field. And so when we experience the energy field, then we start receiving energy. So it is that energy that you may be feeling in your body, in your head. And I said earlier in the beginning of the session today that if pineal gland gets active, which is the midbrain, that gets active, then a lot of people feel in meditation, I come out of meditation that that energy is there somewhere, and the whole heaviness is there, energy is there, vibration is there, tingling sensation is there here. A lot of things are there. It's all because your meditation where you're going deeper. And it's fine. Right? Fine.
If I give the attention to this breathing, no, sir, my brain is start vibrating.
If you give attention to the breathing, meaning you're observing the breath.
Yes, sir. Observing the breath and attention and this one, so third eye.
Yeah. So
between eyebrows.
I ask us to observe the breath here. Meaning, at this point, there is a breath going in, coming out. So observe the breath there, don't observe the third eye point. Observe the breath going in and coming out. Okay?
Okay.
That is a sure way of emptying ourselves. Observing at this point as, okay, a third eye point, and it has a connotation to us in our mind that, okay, this means something. And if we go doing there, then it may have a different effect. Observe the breath at this point, that you will find there is a light breath going in and coming out. And so observe the breath, and which is probably what you're doing. And so then you are going into the empty state soon and faster. And so you are experiencing the vibrational energy. And then you go through it, continue to be there. Do what you're doing. Because right. That's right. That's why you're doing here till 35th day. Okay. Right? Because you know something is happening, you're continuing. So continue it. You'll in a period of time you'll go beyond that experience.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Go beyond the experience to the next one.
Okay, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Yes, Kanakapura madam.
Yes, we have Kalyan, sir. Yeah, please unmute yourself, sir.
Hello, sir. Chandra, sir, thank you very much for your sessions. This is actually, I'm new to Buddha CEO program, and this is my first session with Buddha CEO. And I missed the initial few classes, but then started attending regularly. The last 4 to 5 weeks, I see a huge change in my, at least, work life. And I used to have a lot of anxiety and short temper at work and all. So, but that is all going down. I see a change in myself, and at the work also, the way I work and all, everything got changed. I see a clear difference. Thank you very much for your wisdom classes and the meditation. It really helped me. But my question is like today, this happened today in the like 4 o'clock. I live in New Jersey, in US. This is happened today at 4 o'clock. I mean, I was like there was a discussion happened in the team, and then initially it was started very nice manner, but slowly it got heated, and then at one point of time, though, I was like talking very calm and cool, but the other team members, because of their behavior, I lost the temper and I lost the patience. So how do we, what should I do, or like what is your suggestion? What should I do in that circumstances? I know I am doing wrong, or like, okay, I tried my best to cool and calm, but I lost the temper after a certain point. What do you suggest in that cases? How do we deal it? And that is first question. And I have another question is, you keep saying is okay, live in the present moment, but certain times we do hear the external news and like if you see the current situation, like there is always some news on the like a recession, it is coming up, there will be huge job loss and all. So as soon as we hear that, okay, immediately the mind goes into the future and oh, what do we do, like if we lose the job, how do we survive? Like immediately the mind will be going to that and thinking in that future. I'm conscious and again coming back, but as soon as we hear the news and again it keep going. So what do you suggest, or how do we deal those type of things?
Sure. First of all, thank you for your observations, and then it feels so good that you're finding a benefit, and I congratulate you for talking about something like that you lost temper, you lost school, and then you're there for the benefit of everybody asking this question. So congratulate you for gaining the strength to ask in public. It's good. So there isn't, we have learned so many concepts. This is a lifetime process, Kalyan Garu. And in 6 months from now, you regularly practice. These questions will become non-questions for you. That's all it is. If you ask me what should you do, just please continue to practice it. Right? Our behavior, our emotions, our body is conditioned so much to the emotions. So it is going to take some time to undo it. It's years of conditioning that happened. And so it will take some more time. On one side, when I observe that I'm becoming better, less anxious, and many things, right? So slowly, that means on one side is already helping. So the way you would look at it, say, out of 10 times where I would express anger before, now am I expressing all 10 times, or is it now reduced to 3 times? You would have your own idea. So keep contemplating on it, right? So then you will have your own idea that, yes, I know I'm better than before.
Right.
Right. That's all it is. That's how it's an incremental progress. It's happening. It's not an overnight shift. What's going to happen? An overnight shift can happen with a deeper understanding, a message that we receive, right? But otherwise, a process that is happening incrementally, and we're working on ourselves. 6 months, huge differences. 2 years, different levels of differences that we're seeing. But we are going to be inspired. So continue. The second question is what? Second question is, anxieties. I mean, about the future or the environment. It'll all be the same thing again. You will notice that you will change the way you tune into your environment. For example, I used to get Times of India, and I used to read the newspaper from first word to last word, like as if there is no tomorrow. I'm going to sit down and read it. 45 minutes I used to spend. Okay. It's very common, right? There are Times of India lovers are there. I mean, that newspaper is like stuff. Morning, it's like a dose. And so we took at it and I read every word end to end. But now, being in here, you scan the headlines and then you pick up those that you feel like going into the depth. Which are those things that sort of elevate you? You stop reading to the every word of it of how the gruesome accident happened and how somebody raped somebody else. Right? How this government, how this politician did something. Everybody has some weaknesses. Who cares about what the politician did? And the news is covered for 10 days, every day. And then as if nothing else to do is put all our attention onto it. Hey, today what did he do? What is reported? Uncover some more about this politician. Why should we care about wasting our time, our energy about what a politician does? So we stop putting our attention to things that are unnecessary. We go on into things that we feel are going to lift us, elevate us, add value to us. It's going to happen naturally. And then mostly you'll come to a pretty quick conclusion that there is less of it in the daily newspaper, right? And so your time with the newspaper becomes less, or anxieties become less. So you change your environment, the way you respond, you receive from the environment. It's going to happen, right? It's going to happen. It's bound to happen. You change your circle. Those who constantly bring tension to you, constantly bring fear to you, you change your circle. You will know it. It's going to happen. We will gain the strength enough to drop that friend if that friend only thing is doing is to comply. When a 20 years friend, 20-year neighbor is there, the only thing, and they're not willing to do what you're doing, and then they constantly are talking about all this stuff, and you say, fine. They will definitely come around, and until then, you have to give the time and space, but you got to take your time and space, so you will be changing your company. It will happen. Okay?
Okay.
It will happen.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. All right. So, the topic of purpose, all our Buddhas, your friends here, right? Whether it's Ratanavel, Namita madam, and Vidya madam, they're all finding the purpose. They're aligning. And we see give that energy, they're aligning more and more, because beyond a point when you're happy with yourself, and then you take that plunge to give more and more time, because this is giving you. So they've tried the iterative method of going into the flow, jumping and doing something, and you feel happy. And then so you are increasing your time towards it. It's happening. So hats off to all of Buddha Seva facilitators and then many, many volunteers who are slowly but surely are going into the flow and then finding the purpose. Right. Thank you very much. And okay, so I do see Mr. Koti here. Who else is there? Who are other facilitators out there for this program who are beautifully supporting us the last 5 weeks? That's all we have now. Okay, there you see Ramesh. This master is doing so many things in St. Louis, a community, physical community, and is joining here the program coordinator while he just changed his job. Imagine when you change your job, what happens? We all think I don't have time at all. They're commonly here. But how is he able to, change his job, new job, and still be able to give time adequately here, right? Because he figured this is what gives him deep happiness. And so then in the process, like how my thought process towards aligning to my purpose into IBM helped automatically integrate the company. That's what is going to happen for him. When you align to your purpose, your other things will be taken care. Thank you. Thank you, Namita madam. Thank you all your friends, Koti and Nataji, many of us. Have a great day and see you tomorrow. Thank you, Rasamai. Madam.
Thank you very much, sir. Pleasure has always been ours, sir.
Yes. So collect. Go ahead. Music.
What do I want? What do I desire? What will bring me to my highest good? Prosperity, prosperity. I claim it, I claim it. Abundance, abundance is mine, is mine. Love, love flows through me, flows through me. I feel joy, all the time, all the time. I can have it, I can have it. I deserve it, I deserve it. I claim it, I claim it. It is mine, it is mine. I can have it, I can have it. I deserve it, I deserve it. I am it, I am it. It is mine, it is mine. Peace, fills my heart, fills my heart. I surrender.
Thank you, masters and friends. Do join in the evening at 5:30 p.m. IST. Link is posted here, same link as our morning program.
Second, we will post in the WhatsApp groups also, madam. The same message. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you.